last gasp here.
Yep, there we go. A little bit of sun there. Come on, and this thing just a little bit right there. Okay, I got a little bit of stuff on there. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I got a little bit. Not bad, not bad. If I can zone in now, you won't go any further than that, unfortunately. That's as far as I can go with that.
Do you just keep it optical, or can you go further digitally?
I can do it, but digital is not. Yeah, I'll just stick with the.
So what is that, like a 10? Is that or is it got further?
It's a 32 optical.
Wow, that's pretty good, because
which isn't bad.
This one here is like, this one's only a 10 optical, but I got a 1.4 thing on it.
Okay, so. Yeah, you got a better glass.
So I've used this. Then, you know, after I bought this, then they did the 1080p one, and which pissed me off, because I wanted this is a 1080i, but it still is what I use it for. It still looks like, you know, National Geographic when you stick it up on a big screen.
Yep. Oh, it's spectacular when, like I said, with my Eagles, and I get them on the computer and everything, and it's just beautiful.
Right.
The imagery is fantastic. I've gotten some great footage.
Temps are going down.
Yeah. Did you find
Screech Owl,
You
yeah.
saw it? Yeah.
He's right
I saw it
here.
yesterday.
Was it in the same tree here?
It's the
same little hollow there.
Glasses on.
But it was you were here at the it's at the
Yes.
entrance. So yeah, well, it's probably the same tree, because this is
It's
it's
like a knot. There.
It's
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah, that's it right there.
yeah, that's it. It came out.
Did it?
You want to see it?
Yeah,
Easy cow. Oh,
Be
how
careful,
cool.
don't bump the.
Can I take a picture of it? Your
Huh?
camera?
Yeah, go ahead.
Gal, don't jump on this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please. Because it took us some time just
Yeah.
to position it.
How cool.
They're awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
there he is.
How awesome is that? How long have you been out here?
Well, I just came back. I walked out and just to see what was going on, and the
Nice.
and then I knew from last year and previous years that there was one here, and I've yet to see it. And I'm down here, you know, at night and having to leave early or miss it just completely. Was not here. And today, Ed Eater, who's the guy who walks, he'll be here tomorrow morning at sunrise looking for the damn thing. He was here and we walked out together, and we did not see it here because. And then we checked all the 2 other trees that he has seen it in, and we didn't see it. So now I went all the way to the end, and he didn't go all the way to the end. And on my way back, I looked at all the trees, but I saw something that looked fuzzy in there. It wasn't facing me. It was like had its head turned to the right. But when the sun comes up, you know, when the sun hits that tree, that's when the cavity.
Awesome.
That's when it starts. It pops up, and
Because it's more.
it evidently gets like a burst of energy there or something. A little heat, maybe. I don't know.
Yep.
I saw, someone else, I was out here yesterday with her, and he had been here. He said that the owls had a nest for some 10 years here.
It's been here a while. Yeah. Then there's a great. This is the red phase.
And he was down there
there's a gray
also.
phase.
Yeah,
Of the owl, the mate.
I guess that's the mate, yeah.
That's so cool.
I saw both of them
which
last year, and I didn't get footage of the gray, but I got footage of the red phase. Got some great shots at that hollow down there.
Down there, right.
I think
Yeah.
if it's the red one, that's the one I saw yesterday. He said that was the girl.
That's a
Okay.
female. Okay.
You guys have a great night.
All right,
yeah,
thank you. You made my day with this.
Yeah, I like it. I came down and it was just, you know, I looked at that and I said, and again, it wasn't up there like that, but it was in the sort of the back, and but it looked fuzzy. So I said, so I just waited and waited, and the sun started coming, and next thing you know, I saw the whole move.
Awesome.
You know, so
I love it. Just keep turning your head and looking at me so I can get all your eye view and all that.
Cool.
And it looks so much better once you get it up on the big screen.
Absolutely.
It's like almost like, God, I didn't know it was that close, but it's amazing. Well, what you have, Canon?
That's a Dyke on here. And then
Okay,
this
okay.
Is a Sony.
Nikon,
thing.
man. Yeah, it's about time. We don't find too many of us Nikon people around.
Well, I'm starting, you know, I went from the Sonys, their 17 or whatever it was, 701, and then it didn't shoot fast enough, you know. So then I went to the D200, and that's still a damn good camera. I still use it. I let the wife use that, and because it's a little bit less complicated, but it's still too complicated for it.
Right.
But, you know, but it has a pop-up flash, and then I went to the D700, and I like that one too, and because you could put a battery pack on it and take like 8 frames a second. But then I wanted to go a little faster since my boy's playing tennis and baseball, so bought the D4 when they came out with that D4 whatever the new
S or something,
D4S,
maybe?
and I didn't care about that, but everybody was dumping their D4s and putting them on the on eBay and selling them for $2,000 or $3,000 from less than a new one. And some of these people, they didn't even have like, the thing's rated shutters 400,000 shutters, right? Clicks, and they 2,300 clicks, and they've had the camera for a year. And they're, this one had a little bit more, but it was it was like 4,100 or something, and they said they use mostly for a lot of it for video or something. But I've shot video with it, but I don't do that much. But it's pretty good. I do warbler in the spring where I live up in Alexandria by Monticello Park. There's the warblers come in, and you can and
I loved it.
And I just sit there and by the stream, and this thing here, I've got some great video of the warblers taking bath. And then so I started messing around with the this thing here. It took me a while to figure out the focusing because it doesn't. You can't. They really tell you to use manual focus, and then of course you got to. That's a little harder. You got to look behind the camera. It's a little.
I know.
It's a little bit tougher, but there's really some good shots. And when I'm sitting there, sometimes it's a little dark in the park after the leaves come out. So when I'm shooting with a 400 with a 2.8 on it, strapped to the digital here, it comes out pretty good. Well, this thing now we're talking and fading. Dark.
What do you have on you? That's a F4?
This is a 5.6, or is it 5.6 to 600? 6.9, but it's a 150 to
600. That's the Tamron?
No, this is the Sigma.
Okay.
The Sigma.
Because the Tamron's 150 to 600 is. I've just been getting such rave reviews I've seen on YouTube and other places on that lens is spectacular. The shots I've seen from eagles and stuff like that is amazing.
Looking to the right now. Again, did it turn? He's looking to the right. Maybe.
That guy just walked past us with a tripod, and I know he has a camera. Huh?
Ed. He would have said something.
Does he know the owl is here?
Yeah, well. Looks like, I don't know if that's it or not.
This is one thing you don't want to miss.
No, he's walking. Ed was in here earlier. I'm trying to see what kind of shoes he has.
Because most people really, really hunt for this, all their life. Last year was the first year of my life that I photographed this screech owl. The first time ever. I'm 53 years old, so that's 52 years. I've never ever seen one.
Same here. This is my first
ever.
And I'm 67, so there you go. This is my first time I've seen one and taking a picture of one.
I can't pass that up. I just can't.
Now, I tried following that. I think it was Ed. I don't know. He's walking a little too fast for it, I think. And Ed was already here. I don't think he'd be.
Come back in.
But he's got, sort of the same kind of gear on, and he's got the backpack, but I don't think he carries a tripod on his backpack. He might. But I can't imagine he walked by and not say something.
Oh,
because,
no.
We just got he's retired Navy, and I'm retired Navy, so we're...
Okay. You get the eagles at the nest sites.
I go down.
The new one in the Morningside and the Fort Hunt one.
Well, I do the Fort Hunt one. Okay. I go down there and catch them up there in the snag for the most. They've been out there.
One of the best ones.
They're over there in that open field a lot.
Oh,
over by the batteries, there.
I go over there too on that side and get my stuff.
One year I was down there. It was been about maybe 3 years ago, and a red-tailed hawk caught a squirrel.
Okay.
And
All right.
and I didn't know it at the time, but the two eagles were up above the battery, and all at once they took off. So I followed them down, and I saw them flying down to and then land down sort of towards the stables. So I went down there, and they were after that hawk.
Oh wow.
And next thing you know, I don't know, was the male went after the hawk, and I got the pictures of it taken off, and the hawk and chasing the hawk, and the hawk dropped the squirrel.
Oh, you kidding
He
me?
dropped the squirrel and kept on flying in the woods. The eagle then landed on a snag, but then and it was vocalizing like it was pissed off. But the hawk dropped the squirrel in the woods, and so it didn't go down in. And the next thing you know, so I was down on in that sort of open area. Next thing, here comes that eagle right at me, and then it swooped right over my head. And so I got this thing that looks mean as hell. He's coming at me, you know. So
That's the shot I
it
want.
was, you know. And luckily, I had, you know, I was shooting with this guy so I could back out because he came right on, almost fell over backwards.
Yeah, because you're like, oh.
Yeah. But yeah, he was pissed off that he didn't get that squirrel.
Wow.
But yeah, it dogged. And I was 2 days ago, maybe 3 days ago, when we had that wind, just before the storm came and started coming in. It was windy. It was like 42 degrees. But so I was came down here, not much going on. So I went down to the check, and I didn't want to get out of the car and stand around. So I went down to the first pull off after you pass Fort Hunt there on the left. And I was sitting in the car. Next thing I looked, I said, here comes coming from like the Fort Hunt direction. It was a juvenile. And it was just not even no flaps. The wind was just going with the wind. It's just doing this, you know, and doing turns. And so I got out and I'm bam, 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 bam. Got back in the car to warm up. Next thing I know, here comes an adult. Come doing the same sort of thing. So I get out and I'm standing there waiting. And then I notice above it, there's a red-tailed hawk. It was way above it. It was like this. And then for some reason, the red-tailed hawk drops down right next to the eagle. I'm not kidding you. Comes right down next to it. Unfortunately, it was far away, but I still was able to zoom in. I did a lot of cropping, and that eagle flipped upside down.
Oh wow!
Talons out.
Like,
yeah,
hey.
but just went like that, flipped up.
What are you doing?
And the hawk, you know, the hawk didn't do anything. It just sort of came down. Again, the wings just flat out. And it just came real close to that eagle. And that eagle flipped over, and it was ready to do battle. And then the hawk just kept on going, went on by. The eagle then broke off the trail, and then the hawk came up, but it was just too high up. But I got some shots, and it just remained stationary there above me. It was in the wind, you know, doing that kiting thing that they do.
Yeah, they just kind of like hover in a way.
That's it. Yeah, that's all it did.
That's what I got down on that ice. That adult doing that hovering over top looking for fish, and it's just kind of like hovering, and they would catch that draft perfectly and just sit there.
I mean, it was
amazing.
Yeah, they could actually. You know, I was up at
amazing.
what was it, Fort? I'm trying to think of the one that's up. Was it Fort something up there by in Arlington? You go up but there was a hawk there, and I'm not kidding you. And it was pretty far away, and I had the big lens, and I was on it. And I was just watching it, and it just sat there stationary. I didn't have to move the tripod or do anything. It was right there, and looking, and you can see its head going like this, and the tail just little minute as you're looking through the lens, you know. But it didn't have to move it at all, and it was amazing.
Always hope for that, you know, but that doesn't happen that often, where they just sit in front of you like that. That's amazing.
Yeah,
she's moving her head.
Yeah. Well, she's probably going to pop out here, but I got to go home and cook dinner. I'll go and get my ass kicked. Well, that was great. All right.
Awesome, man. I'll see you again. I'll be back out here again because I'm going to be tracking those eagles at their nest sites all the way through.
We'll drive back around to see Ed's car because I can't imagine that Ed would not say something.
Right, walk past it.
That'd be just, sometimes he doesn't like to talk, but I don't know. I can't imagine. All right.
All right, now.
More, man. It's starting to get chilly.
Oh, yes, it is. You have a good one.
Yeah, you too. That'll be some good video.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm quite pleased with this. can. I think that's the best I can do. I'll let it play out to 16 minutes. 21 minutes and then I'm out.